I can't believe that 2021 is halfway over already. What happened? Where did the time go? It's already almost the end of June, and it's going to be 2022 soon. I can't believe it's so crazy. It's 6 months in already. You guys, it's crazy. Welcome back to Geek TV. I'm Jeremy. I wanted to start today's video off with showing you guys the dashboard I'm using with the current services that I'm running. This is it right here. It's called Homer Dashboard. I have my AzureCast embedded in here with a iframe. It looks pretty good. I can play it on the fly whenever I open my dashboard, but just wanted to start it off by showing you guys this. But today's video is going to be about Portainer and the endpoints within that you can use if you're running Docker hosts. A bunch of them say you're running a Proxmox server and you're running a bunch of different VMs or containers that use Docker. You don't need to install Portainer on every one of those hosts. So stop doing that and use Portainer endpoints using the Edge Agent, which is what we're going to talk about today and a little bit more. So let's get started right now. This might definitely look familiar to you guys. I've went over Portainer tutorials in previous videos, and if you want to know how to install Portainer on Linux, you can go ahead and check out the video here. I'll put the flag up there in the upper right corner. If it's not there, it'll also be in the description below. Also, instructions on everything in today's video will also be in the description below, so reference that if you need to. This is the home page of Portainer, and this is my main Portainer host, if you will, which is why I called it main, and I have two other endpoints connected using the Edge Agent endpoint option on Portainer. That's what I'm going to be discussing today on how to connect these, and I'll be going through an example on showing you how to do that. It's very simple. It doesn't take long at all. You're going to be shocked, and you're going to be wondering why you didn't use this a long time ago. This comes in great handy if you're like me and you're running a Proxmox server and you have a bunch of containers that are all running Docker. You don't want to install Portainer on each and every one of these VMs and containers, so we can just connect all the endpoints to that Portainer UI. Just to show you an example, I connected the HomeLab Wiki container that I have over there on my Portainer server, and when you click on it, it takes a few seconds to connect to the Edge endpoint, but once it does, it loads up the dashboard so you can control all those containers, anything just like you would on a regular Portainer instance. Here it is. We can take a look at the containers that are running. We can start, stop, and control everything right from this same Portainer dashboard. It's actually quite wonderful. All right, Jeremy, we've seen enough. Stop babbling. Show us how to do it. All right. So the first thing we want to do is click on endpoints on the left side here. And you want to make sure you click add endpoint. We're going to be using the Edge Agent. Now you can see there's a few different options in here. And I've actually used the API before, but some people say it's not secure, don't do it. Well, I don't expose anything anyways, but you never know if there's always a possibility. Edge Agent is much more secure from what I'm told, and it seems much easier to use. So we're going to click on Edge Agent. And another thing that's really cool about the Edge Agent is it can only be bound to one Portainer instance. So once you bind this to this specific Portainer instance, you won't be able to bind it to any other Portainer instance, which I think makes this definitely really cool and definitely more secure. So you'll see this IP in here and the port. This is actually the IP port of the Portainer instance that you're currently on. You're not going to change that. This should work in theory with what you have, so don't change that. And what I'm going to add in here is my dashboard from my Proxmox. I'm hosting it with Docker, so obviously I can connect to it, and I'll send that endpoint to this dashboard. I went ahead and created a new group in the groups. You don't have to. You can leave this as unassigned, but I named one network because I know that all of these endpoints are on my network. And then you will click add endpoint. Now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and click on the Docker standalone tab up here at the top, and we're going to grab this command. This command right here will install the Docker Edge Agent over on your Docker host. So let's go back over to our Proxmox in our console and run this command. So this is the console for the dashboard, and I'm going to go ahead and paste that command in here, and I'm going to run and install the agent. So pull down the image, install it, and there it is. And since we're already in here, we're going to go ahead and grab the IP address, which is 16. So now that we know that it's 192.168.1.16, I'm just going to copy it from this because I can. Grab this IP, hop back over here to the endpoint details page, paste it in here where it says public IP. It's important to note that the Edge ID and the Edge key should not be shared with anybody because this is the unique identifier that's going to tie your Docker host in with your Portainer instance. So do not share that information. And everything else looks good. So I will go ahead and update the endpoint. And now it says endpoint updated up here in the right corner. And I'll go back to my dashboard, the home screen rather. And it says we have a heartbeat. So let's go ahead and click on it and see what happens. It says connecting to the Edge endpoint. Let's see how long this takes. Just should be a couple seconds here. Once it connects, we should have full access to the Docker interface. And there it is. So we can go ahead and take a look at the containers here. And back when I pasted that public IP into that field, this is what that is for. So when you do click these ports, it'll actually take you to file browser. So if I click this, it'll open file browser. There it is. And what's really cool about the endpoints is they now allow you to actually add stacks, and you can control stacks through this now, just like you would in any normal Portainer instance. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. I'll do a Homer dashboard, and I will deploy the stack on 3030, and I'll have my dashboard up and running in no time at all, just like that. And since I added that public IP, I can click on this port, and there's my dashboard. Just like that. Very simple to set up and very simple to use. All we have to do is just go back to our Portainer dashboard homepage, and we can switch between any endpoint we want, and you can add as many as you want. I will say one thing that I wish that they would allow you to do is rearrange these. Currently right now as it stands, this actually 2.6 was just released today, I believe, and I just updated that today. And you still can't rearrange the endpoints or customize these in any way. They will be added in the order which you add them in. So if you add another one, it'll be down here at the bottom. So just so you know going forward. Another thing real quick is you can edit these, so you can change the names, and for whatever reason, if you need to change the IP, or if you put the IP in wrong when you're entering it in for the first time, you can go in here and edit that. And you can also change the group if you decide to create groups in the future, and you can do that all through the editing section here in the endpoints. All in all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helps somebody learn how to do this. I've been wanting to know how to do this, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago. I think I was trying to figure this out, and I just didn't have the time to do it. But finally, a few months ago, I did it. And to my surprise, it was super easy to do. And hopefully sharing this information helped one of you guys out there, or many people out there, who knows. But that's what it's all about. It's about having fun, doing home lab stuff, and self-hosting. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like the video, be sure to toss a like and subscribe if you're not already. Consider coming back and watching future videos right here on Geek TV. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.